Hey everybody, this is Rustin Rose, aka Quasi Mojo with Metalholic Magazine and Mojo Radio. And with us tonight, David Lyle, singer, guitarist, front man, main man, everything for Black Oxygen out of Kansas City. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Absolutely wonderful.
That's awesome.
You know, I got a package in the mail last week with your CD in it. And nothing else. No bio, no nothing. Then I threw it in and I'm like, I've got to talk to these guys. So, bam, here we are. But I know as little about the band as anybody out there listening, so hopefully you'll be able to enlighten me tonight.
Cool. Well, cool.
So, big stuff happening for Black Oxygen this week.
Yeah, the band's been going for a while now, and we just we put our new album, The American Dream, a couple of days ago, so that was exciting for us. And we're going to be playing, they announced it on the radio 2 days ago now. We're going to be doing Rockfest in KC May 12th with like Shinedown, Slash, Theory of a Dead Man, and Chevelle, and a lot of cool bands. So we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Well, everybody always wants to know the story behind the name. Is there a story behind the name Black Oxygen, or was this one of those we put a bunch of words in two hats and picked two of them out? Or
it was one of those stories that, you know, it was just picked because out of like 1,000 names we came up, we thought it was the coolest.
Go ahead and give us the lowdown on the band, how you guys came together. I know your brother plays drums in the band and everything, and you guys are like really good friends, but I know it was sort of a struggle for you to get to that point, so maybe give us some background.
The band was going for a while, off and on for about 6.5 years, since I was 13, and I grew up with, obviously, my brother, and then just through life and through school and stuff, ran across Jordan Meyer and Matt Venegoni, which Jordan Meyer plays bass, Matt Venegoni plays rhythm guitar, and my brother Nick Lyle plays drums. And we were all like best friends, and we all hung out all the time together. And I was already doing the band, and it kind of stopped for a little while. And I was like, "Hey, you guys want let's do this band thing?" And you know, we were friends before, and even went on. I was like, "Hey, I could write songs," and helped Jordan learn how to play bass and taught me how to play guitar. And you know, we all have like a brotherly friendship. We just worked really hard together to get where everything is now, and practice all the time, and we hang out a lot. So it's just a lot of fun.
I got to imagine when you heard the first song on the radio for the first time, that had to be an amazing experience.
Yeah, came out with the single "Take It to the Limit." I think it was about like a month ago now. We actually have a music video out for that as well. You have to check out. But really excited, and the album has so many different styles and different types of music too. I think from like "Take It to the Limit," just like a partying song, having fun, going out and just kind of getting wasted. And then there's like "The Better Place," which is like, you know, if your mind is just kind of down and you're down as a person, it just kind of teaches you and gets you how to go back to being happy and just knowing that you could take on the next thing in life. And the album just is really a pretty positive album about just having fun and enjoying life. And the very first lyrics to the very first song on the album, The American Dream, it comes in and it says, "We were kids that had a dream to live for a reason." And I think that statement states what the band's all about and how we will work hard and make a difference for the better in the rock world, because I just think that there hasn't been a lot of true rock and roll. You know, I think that all the rock guys that were big, like the Guns N' Roses and stuff, and Slash, they're all like really, really big, and obviously there's new Van Halen and stuff out, and they're obviously just huge, but they're getting a lot older, and there hasn't really been like a young band to come in and really clean everything up and just like give a big wake-up call. And we're just working hard, and we're planning to change that and bring real rock and roll back. And, you know, in this climate of the music industry with how there's like not as many people buy records and iTunes and stuff like that, it makes it harder, but I think it's possible to overwin everything and make it different for the better.
It's harder, much harder now, obviously, for a new band coming up because of the technology, illegal downloading, digital downloads, stuff like that. But I think if you really do have something good and something to say, you will stand out. I mean, there are some great young new bands. American Dream, the album that just came out, the debut album, this is all very new for you. Talk about your experience making the record.
It just kind of started out with an acoustic guitar. I was just kind of like living in L.A. for a while, and I've always was just kind of, in a sense, just wanted to. We have different generations of the old band. There was some different singers, but it's always been an issue with this. Sometimes they get a little out of whack or just a little crazy, and I was like, I just wanted to do this. I'd like to sing and do this, take it over on my own. So I came back to Kansas City, where I live now, and just started kind of writing the whole CD. And it was like a really fast process. I think that I wrote the whole entire CD, and it was like in a month and a half. And there is more songs than there actually is on there when I made it, because I think I made about 17 songs, and we picked 13. And the other 4 were recorded, but we didn't put those on there. We put the best stuff we had. And a lot of times people say, like, how do you write a song? Like, does it come with vocals first, or the guitar first, or the drums? But most of the songs that I make, they start with like a vocal melody, or sometimes it'll be like I'll have some guitar chords, and then I'll kind of be messing around, but it just kind of comes together however it's best for the song.
It sort of finds its own way along. But,
yeah.
And you do all the songwriting in the band, as you just mentioned. Is that set in stone, or is that just how it's been so far because of your passion for what you're doing, or?
It's set in stone. I think it works out really good. It's like a football team. Everybody has their own positions, and nobody gets in fights, because we all know our positions in the band, and it's easier too, because I think a lot of bands, they have just musicians that come together because they're great. And what's cool in this band is that it starts with, it's 4 friends that happen to be musicians, and we can all easily work together. And it's, if somebody in the band says something to somebody else, and it just, for example, like, was kind of rude, the other guy would be like, hey, that wasn't very nice, you need to fix that up, or something like that, because we're always looking out for each other's backs.
It's hard, too, for young bands these days to do that when you spend so much time on the road and you're not making money the way you used to. You've got to make it selling your CDs at the shows and the swag and stuff that goes with it, and it can burn people out really fast. I'm sure you've seen plenty of bands that you already know where they're going through players in the band faster than they write a new song because they think it's something that it's not.
Yeah, it's like I always say, 50% of it's a lot of fun, and 50% of the other side of it is a lot of work and time and effort that most people, when they look at a rock band, would never ever guess. Most people look at a rock band and think it's all fun and games and, like partying and girls and stuff, but, it's a lot more work than people would ever really think. And I don't think that's usually ever addressed as much, but it takes a big team effort, like getting a band to the top. We're in the early stages right now, and we have a good team behind us. It's like people, when a band hits it big, they think of the band, and like we have this thing, like whoever helps us get to the top, we want to help them out back, because it's a team effort, and everybody helps out. Everybody should get a part, get their earnings back.
Like you said, people don't see the other side of it. They don't think about the fact that, a bunch of you jam together in a van probably with 2 or 3 other guys that are helping you with your equipment and selling your merchandise and everything, and you travel all around the country shoved together in this van. It's not a way for anybody to live unless they're truly passionate about what they're doing. So
yeah, and then, being a musician and being in a rock band, the decision to get there is if you truly love music or not, and that's what your real passion is in your heart and your soul. That's my passion, and other guys in the band, so it makes it thankfully very easy. There's never any head cases or any trouble or anything.
Well, and you've sort of got like the whole weight of it on your shoulders, in a manner of speaking. You're the lead guitarist, you're the vocalist, you're the songwriter. So tell us a little bit about your influences as a vocalist, as a guitar player, and just overall?
You know, I've always just loved all types of music. I don't have an exact favorite, but I guess that, you know, I've liked Eddie Vedder, Scott Weiland, Axl Rose, Wes Scantlin. There's just a lot of singers that I've loved, and that's as far as singers. And then as far as the guitar playing, I mean, I've always loved Slash, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix, and Zakk Wylde, and those types of guitars. It's like kind of funny. It's like I have all the vocals inspirations, and I have all the guitar inspirations, and I have like overall songs that I like from bands, and it's like it's like a big mixture of what the style comes out in the end, and I'm really pumped because it'll be cool it's an honor to get to play Rockfest this year, because I'll get to have the opportunity to share the bill with one of my heroes, Slash.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's one of the great fun things too, is when you actually get to see them perform and get to meet them and talk to them as real people, and you know, and you might take something away from the whole experience you weren't even planning on. So now I know you said you already released the video for Take It to the Limit, and I believe you guys also shot or are going to shoot one for Insane. Tell us about making the videos and what it was like for you.
Making the videos was a lot of fun. We shot Take It to the Limit, and that one's already out, and we shot Insane, but Insane probably will be out around summertime once we get more radio play going and some MTV stuff for VH1. The video process, we set up, and there's an awesome shop in town, Casey Trends, and one of my good friends runs this place, and it's a custom car shop, and in the garage, they have this huge open garage, and for the performance part of Take It to the Limit, we did that there, and then we called all of our the girls that we know, and there's this cool bar downtown, KC, called Luna, it's a hot spot, and we went in there on a Sunday, and they opened the place up for us, and we did the bar scenes in there, and we shot the rest at a couple loft locations, and the video, it's a lot of work to put a video together, you know, and it's a lot of fun though too. It involves a lot of support from the film people to the extras in the video, and it's more work behind the scenes than it seems once you watch the video.
Oh yeah, and it takes a lot of energy because you got to put a lot of time into it. For 3 minutes a song, you might have 30 hours of filming, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Give us 2 or 3 albums that changed your life.
I would say, that my first #1 album would be Velvet Revolver, Contraband. The first song that really brought me in and decided, hey, I want to do this for the rest of my life, was Slither. I didn't even know who Slash was, or Scott Weiland, or Duff McKagan, because I was 13 and I didn't really know a whole lot about the band members and different bands, but I saw that music video. I didn't know who it was, but that song, the guitar solo in Slither, right then I was like, oh shit, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. You know, as far as a second, probably Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, and third, I would say Come Clean by Puddle of Mud. And even though I listed those albums, I mean, it really, to me, is like, I love so many different bands. I never really have a favorite, like the Van Halen and all that stuff. And basically, it's all my inspirations, kind of my 100 inspirations of bands growing up jumbled in one.
Right.
And then that's where the inspiration comes from. And it just comes natural. I usually, when I'm thinking about a song, I never think I want to make it sound like this. I just let it spill out however it spills out, and naturally comes out.
Here, I know you're playing back home with our friends in Redline Chemistry this weekend, and then of course Rockfest. Yep. But what are the tour plans beyond that?
We're touring June, July, and the start of August with Saliva.
What are the websites people need to go to check out? Where can they get the album?
Just really pretty much everything related to the band is on blackoxygenmusic.com.
Excellent. David Lyle of Black Oxygen, the debut album, American Dream, is out. The first single, Take It to the Limit. Definitely check it all out, blackoxygenmusic.com. Thanks, brother. Take it easy.
Appreciate it, and have a good one.